the market the way that I see it. All right. So what I'm currently observing is definitely unique to what we've seen recently. I mean, these are fairly new market conditions. A couple things that have been in play. Obviously, we talked about the Chinese New Year, which has now passed. So the Chinese New Year is over. So we haven't really seen too much money come in because of that, right? And if it has, it just hasn't impacted the market. Also, we've seen Bitcoin futures at play and also tax season. I think tax season is one thing that's going under the radar right now as far as how that's affecting the market. And I say that because whales in particular, when they trade their positions and let's say they have a very successful year, some of the ways to pay those taxes for their profits are to take the money and give it to Uncle Sam. Okay, so that's just kind of something to keep in mind. Market conditions, generally Q1 is a slow quarter for many things in tech, and yeah, the Chinese New Year, the Lunar New Year, and the Solar New Year, which is January 1. Those probably have an effect on the market in terms of just getting back on the run for the new year, saving up money for the next Q4. So there's a lot of different factors at play here, and you can't really put your finger on one of them other than you could say it's kind of like the perfect storm. There's just several factors at play that make Q1 kind of a slow quarter, and Q2 is not much better, to be completely upfront with you about that. So I wouldn't expect too much in Q2 either. However, because all it takes is some excitement from Bitcoin to run, and the next thing you know, Q2 ends up being one of the best quarters ever. So it's really unpredictable. All you can do is get into positions. It's like literally get into a position and wait and be patient and say, if I gotta wait, I'll wait a month. I'll wait a year. I'll wait this thing out because I'm getting into a position that I think is a strong coin. And when the market goes up, so too will this. And going back to the saying that we used to say several months ago, when you take out a position on altcoin, you're basically betting against Bitcoin. What we mean by that is, if you think that Bitcoin's going to 20,000 from 11,000, that's just under a doubling. It's just under doubling, right? So if it goes to 22,000, say, that means it doubled, right? So that's 2 times gains. Now, what if, let's go down here to these low cap coins and take a look here. Let's say ETHLend went to, 22 cents. Do you think ETHLend's going to go to 22 cents or Bitcoin's going to go to 22,000? So which one's got more profit potential for you? And that's kind of why people like to take out positions in these low cap coins. Although the thing you have to keep in mind is with massive upside comes massive downside. And we've seen these altcoins get pretty slaughtered. If you were to take out a position on any of these altcoins down here in this range, you would basically be of the thought that maybe they've hit the bottom. But do we know if they've hit the bottom? No, we don't. I don't know. Personally, I don't. And we've tried, I've listened to TA after TA, Fibonacci after Elliott Wave, and I've watched these guys get it wrong so many times with so many things. I mean, they're like, oh, we got a bearish candle forming. Boom, Bitcoin goes up. Oh, we've got a bullish looking candle, looks like we're headed to 12. Bam, pulls back. So, I mean, it's nothing against them. They're doing the best they can with what they know about, the TA that they have. But sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But from what I'm discovering, more often than not, it doesn't really work. It does work sometimes, and all it takes is one time to look like a real stud, right? So, and I'm saying that about myself too because I'm still up overall in the market, but this last peel back, I'm learning from it for sure, and I'm flexible. So let's take a look at some of these coins that we're looking at under $50 million market cap. The coins that I like here are Grostal coin, okay, sitting at 46 million. Safe Exchange coin, sitting at 44 million. BitDegree, which has been slaughtered, absolutely just slaughtered. I mean, this thing was once sitting around 52 cents, and now it's sitting at 7 cents. This is an absolute slaughterhouse. So another one is Blue. And there's a couple others, but I want to go over these four first. But I'll tell you what I'm looking at. Okay. So when I'm analyzing these coins, because this is a coin, Grostal coin, it's mineable and it's a coin. I'm looking at this flat period here. I like this flat, okay? And BitDegree, in this case, just keeps dipping, but at some point this thing's getting close to the bottom. And why do I like flat charts? Well, if it's pumping and dumping like, I don't know, a Ucash, I'm staying away from those. I'm not trying to make money on pump and dumps, and I'm not trying to lose money on pump and dumps. So I just like things that are flat right now, because historically I've seen in the charts with Ripple, there's countless coins where it ran flat, people got bored, and then 3 months later, after that time period of people being bored, all of a sudden the market picks up, and so does the coin that's been bottoming out. I mean, if this thing, you can get a whole bunch of these, right? And I'm not saying to do anything that, well, this is me talking. This isn't me giving professional financial advice. I have to say that because people say, okay, Jeff just said buy BitDegree, so they're going to go buy it. And I don't want to be having you guys do that based on that. I want you guys to do your own research and determine if you like BitDegree, not because someone just said something that you pause the video and go buy it, right? But BitDegree, once it gets back to where it was at that 54-cent price range, you could see how many times over it would, in order for this thing to be a better investment than Bitcoin at this point, if you're betting against Bitcoin with BitDegree, this thing going to 14 cents, what do you think is more likely? This to go to 14 cents or Bitcoin to go to 22,000? So, these are the kind of factors that we have. But let's take a look at Grostal coin. So Grostal coin, people like this. They don't really care for the name, but it's an all-in-one coin, a multi-purpose cryptocurrency that has instant and private transaction with subatomic fees. Well, so it's one of those coins. You've heard about them many times. You know about Vertcoin, Litecoin. We've talked about Kin and Redcoin. So launched 22 March 2014, so it's been around a while. With a focus on technological advancement, Grostal coin is a SegWit and Lightning Network ready. Grostal coin is a fast and secure coin with almost zero fees that is privacy-oriented, major development release every 3 months. So people are saying, well, they don't like the fact that there's all these currencies, because why would people need to use multiple different currencies, like a Litecoin, like a Vertcoin, like a Bitcoin, like a Grostal coin? And I agree with Cliff High on this one, is that because we're coming into a new paradigm, there's going to be this utility for multiple different currencies. Okay, so you see they have ASIC resistant GPU miners, Heaven, private transactions, multi-pool resistant, highly profitable for all miners if you're into mining, energy saving and lower power usage if you're into mining it again. So that's the first. So Grostal coin first to activate SegWit, first with Lightning Network, mainnet transaction, and I mean, there's not much you can say about a coin. It functions as a currency. It's not like a utility token, right? So you can go through here. You can see their coin supply, their circulating supply, their algorithm, their block time, block size, subsidiary reduction, difficulty retarget. I mean, all the numbers are here if you wanted to go on their website, right? So this is a cryptocurrency, and it has been as high as, if we just look at the yearly, I mean, this thing has been as high as 234 in January 4th, so sitting at 66 cents. it would appear that this is kind of in a nice position for those of you who are interested in growth of coin. So the next coin that we're going to look at is Safe Exchange coin. We've talked about this several times. Now, because it's only on Trade Satoshi and it's an Omni token, it used to be on Cryptopia, which caused a lot of sour taste in people's mouth about Safe Exchange coin. But it is running flat, and it's in between that 2 to 3 cent range. If and when it goes below 2 cents, that's probably a great time to enter into SafeX. I really like SafeX below 2 cents, so maybe add this to your radar. It does have a high circulating supply, high total supply, but sitting at that market cap, I think Safe Exchange coin still has a bright future, and the fact that it's only available on Trade Satoshi, if this thing gets listed on more exchanges at one point, that's going to inject more volume. And if we just look at Safe Exchange, you can see the SafeX website here has the forums, which are very useful. Latest video from Dan DeBeck. He's the founder and the creator or developer. A global marketplace, SafeX is a decentralized marketplace that for the first time in history shifts paradigm of trade towards crypto commerce. People can now become a part of the emerging global marketplace that rewards crypto assets and allows for a secure enclave where people can buy and sell goods and services in exchange distributed cryptocurrency. Why did we set out to build SafeX? Most of us on the internet are accustomed to buying and selling on various online platforms. Alibaba, eBay, and Amazon are some of the most frequently utilized platforms for buying and selling goods by many businesses and usual commerce consumers. Besides these platforms in commerce, there are many merchants who operate their own website where you can buy products and services using credit cards and even cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrencies are becoming a household name with many new merchants and small businesses receiving payments from one wallet to another. So you can see that they're looking to become a marketplace that deals only in cryptocurrency. Then you can calculate how many SafeX you can get if you needed a SafeX calculator, and get to know these videos here with Daniel DeBeck. He's a very active Twitter poster. You can find him right here. He'll keep you up to date. If you're interested in following the Safe Exchange coin, they're also friendly with Blue, which is another cryptocurrency we're going to talk about right here. So Blue, we have worked closely with Blue. We appreciate what they're doing for the community and providing the information necessary to people about certain security breaches and whatnot. People just like the utility of Blue, and I mean at $13 million market cap, it's really, it's really just a very low market cap for this coin or for this token right now, and that's why I'm putting it on there. I'm saying, this is, for me, Blue at this price, I don't think it gets much lower than this, but it could. Certainly at 20 cents, so. But it wasn't too long ago in November when Blue was just 2 to 3 cents. So we'll see where this market's headed, but maybe you hold off on Blue a little bit and give it some time to flatten out. Right now it's not exactly running sideways. It's more or less kind of spiking and dipping, but we'll see down 11% for today. But at this price, I like it. If you go on Ethereum Blue's website, Securing the Crypto Age, Blue is the only secured ERC20 token built from the ground up to facilitate payments and transfers without sacrificing your security. Kind of reminds me of QuantStamp in a way, right? Why is Blue here? In the world of cryptocurrency, the common malicious contracts have qualities such as infinite mining or transfers of tokens without balance checks. This is deliberately implemented by nefarious developers to cheat their own buyers out of their Ethereum. Other times it's unintentional and the issues are actually programming errors. So what they're saying is they're looking for both nefarious bad actors and people who accidentally do it, right? So these things can be detected in static analysis and monitored when transferring ETH to smart contracts. With these qualities during ICOs and donation phase, this kind of smart detection is a large part of what we are building. So they're just looking for security issues. In this case, token minting issues with the balances to protect investors. Just pretty much anything you can think of. I mean, they've talked about ICOs, they've talked about My Ether Wallet, Ether Delta, and they're on it. So Blue is a security platform, and if anything, you don't even if you don't want to invest in Blue. I mean, I support Blue for what they do. If you just look on their Twitter here, for example, you can see they're keeping you up to date. We are pleased to announce Blue now fully supports basic attention token. Most exchanges have an NDA that says if we share with our public or plans to list, then we are breaking the agreement and won't be listed. We understand that folks want to know what exchanges we're targeting, but we simply can't share. Okay, so Blue, they've done a pretty good job of keeping us up to date on various different things. We have the Telegram ban list. For everything Ty has gotten wrong, he's not wrong here. Okay, so I mean, they keep you up to date. I've gotten some pretty good updates from Blue, and they've even retweeted us. So we're pretty friendly with Blue. I've talked to them in the inbox. Like I said, even if you don't want to invest in them, I still consider them a top altcoin project just for what they're doing here in the cryptocurrency space. And then if we just want to talk about BitDegree, I mean, there's countless coins we can really analyze at this price. I mean, We Trust and so many others, but BitDegree, I feel like, has really just it entered the market at the total wrong time. I mean, we peaked on January 8th, and a project like BitDegree that came in and with so much momentum just went by the wayside because everybody was like, what the heck is going on? And projects just went by, new projects even if they're great, they've gone by the wayside, which is a good thing for us as crypto investors because, if some of these companies get too much inflated market caps or valuations, maybe they're not so motivated to work. But when their back's up against the wall, at least in my case, whenever my back's up against the wall, I got to work hard and I got to work more focused to get that thing pumping. So maybe that's kind of the case with a lot of these new coins. But let's take a look at BitDegree. So this is like an online college, revolutioning education with blockchain, the world's first blockchain-powered online education platform with token scholarships and tech talent acquisition. We've had a lot of discussions about getting an online education, but the amount of debt that you incur through getting that education is not necessarily correct, and it's causing a debt crisis. The BitDegree platform will offer students the best online courses with a clear and transparent blockchain-based reward system and achievement tracking. It is also a unique tool for businesses to recruit tech talent and shape global education to their needs. Think of it as a Coursera and HackerRank merged together, powered by the decentralized blockchain technology. So I've watched this video. I like what they're looking to do. I'm still a proponent of online or of education, college. I'm just not a proponent of racking up massive student loan debt. So I'm against that. But I like the fact that online education is coming into the blockchain and tokenized platform. So that is something to definitely keep in mind. We'll see how their curriculums look and if they live up to all the hype. But I think a project like BitDegree, just getting slaughtered like that, it's got to be tough for them. But, also it's only on Robinhood, so it hasn't exactly been listed on many exchanges, right? If we look at Blue, you can get Blue on CoinExchange. And SafeX, we already talked about Trade Satoshi. So many of these are on some funky exchanges. Grosso Coin is probably the easiest one to pick up, being on Bittrex, CoinExchange. And these aren't necessarily the top coins. These are just some coins that have caught my attention at the prices they're at. And even if we go through here a little bit more, you can see Bread. You've got Utrust, but they're above 50 million, and this is a 50 million and under. So, you can go through here. You got Manetha, Humanic, Datum. Wow, Datum. Co-found it. Self-Key. Car Vertical. Game.com. We Trust, Aeron. Latoken. Proppy, BitDegree, of course. Rivets. Snowvio. So there's some solid projects here that have just kind of been buried by the the state of the market. So would I recommend you take out any positions on those? No, not necessarily right now, because we're still waiting on this market to stabilize, but certainly adding them to your radar and showing you kind of what I was looking for in these coins at that low range is kind of the point of this video. So thank you to everyone who's been subscribing to these videos and watching, or subscribing to this channel and watching these videos. Thank you to everyone who's been pressing the like button. And if you're new here, you can click that bell to get notified when videos like this drop after you subscribe.